All the best. Yes.
Good morning to one and all present. I, Professor Manjusha Sheke from IT Department, welcome you all to Engineering is Fun webinar by KC College of Engineering and Management Studies and Research, Thane. We at KC believe that learning is a fun if addressed rightly by the learner and the facilitators. KC College of Engineering and Management Studies and Research, which is approved by AICT, affiliates to the Mumbai University, NAC accredited, runs three branches of engineering, namely computer engineering, information technology, and electronics and telecommunication engineering. Every year, majority of our students are praised in topmost companies like TCS, Infosys, L&T, etc. Technological revolution must come with a solid foundation of ethics, right? Social outreach program is a distinguished feature of KC College. We are value loaded with an active chapter of Rotary, student wings of YRC, that is Youth Red Cross, and Eco Club, which take care of environmental awareness program. Our students' Rotary Wings has bagged a number of awards and also secured a first position in entire Thane district. Our YRC unit has also accurate to add its credibility. Our NSS unit strongly believes and follows the slogans of not me but you. We are adopted a village under the AICTR Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana, and our students have been doing a various social initiative activity in our adopted village. Students, in this webinar session, you'll get an exposure about the cybersecurity, then artificial intelligence, IoT, Python, 3D gaming, Android app development, and chatbots, and many more. So, without wasting a time, let's begin with our first short awakening session on social engineering attacks. Well, if I'm not wrong, if I say that almost every internet users nowadays, like you and me, has a registered account on popular social media, like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, etc. Uh, you might be also having a multiple account, right? And you might be using that account to connect with the people or to communicate with them, like a Facebook Messenger. But do you know, apart from all this, some users face up the problems like in which their accounts are being hacked by the hacker. So it is really very important for the social media users to know about something that could prove harmful for their account, and they should know also know that this all methods by which the social media account will get secure. So, here in this session, I will tell you some different ways hackers are using for the social media account hacking, and I will also tell you the ways by which anyone can make up the social media account much safer. So, let's begin with our first social engineering attack, a famous and very dangerous attack, and that attack is a phishing attack. But before that, we'll understand first what are the different top operating systems that ethical hackers or the hackers are using for such purpose. The hacking is what? Hacking is one a digital attack, right? So they are using some popular operating system like Kali Linux, Parrot OS, Backbox, Blackguard, and so many operating systems. Among this, the Kali Linux is the one of the most popular operating system, the topmost operating system that ethical hackers and the hackers use for their purpose. The ethical hackers are using this operating system for the vulnerability assessment, for the penetration testing as well. So we'll start with the demonstration. We'll show you how to do the phishing attack. But let us understand what is the phishing exactly. Okay. So what is a phishing? It is a type of social engineering attack, as I said. But what that phishing word means exactly? It is like a fisherman's uses a bait to catch the fish, right? Similarly, here our fisherman is what? Our attacker, that is our hacker. And this type of hackers use their technical knowledge to do the attack, to steal the user's data like their identity, like their login credential, user ID, password, their credit card details, etc., etc. It occurs when the attackers masquerading as a trusted entity. It dumps a victim into opening an emails, instant messages, text messages, etc., etc. The recipient is always then tricked into by the clicking the malicious link, and which can be like installation of malware software. It freezes their account. It is like a part of the ransomware attack. It relieves their sensitive information like their user ID, their password, and etc. etc. So, but in short, we can say what is a phishing? Phishing is like the process of creating a fake login page which look exactly like your original account, that is original social media account, which is identical to that. And the attackers target the users by sending a link, that fake page link to the victim, to the legitimate users, and they're extracting their login credential in the plain text format. Now what is a plain text format? Plain text format means what? The human readable format. So most probably when we are entering a password, the password we cannot read because it is not in a plain text, but attackers convert that into a plain text. So we will study all this thing in detail. We'll see the phishing attack, but this is just for an education purpose so that you will understand how anyone can target, how the attackers target the victim. And after that, I will tell you, if you want to prevent such type of attack, if you want to prevent your social media account, then what the major steps that you must be taken. Okay, so we'll start with our first hands-on session. Let me start with my Kali Linux. Here, the Kali Linux operating system, I have installed it on VMware. Okay, so by default, the username is root and the password is TOOR2. Okay, so as I said, it is most popular. So why it is so? See here. So many embedded applications that the hackers are using, or the ethical hackers are using for the vulnerability assessment, are inbuilt in the Kali Linux. So we don't need to download that thing. We don't need to download the things separately on the operating system, like the commonly operating system that we are using, Windows or a Linux, like that. So this operating system, the Kali Linux, is specially developed for this purpose, and we have so many inbuilt tools which we can see here. See here, these are like information gathering, vulnerability analysis, web application, password attack, wireless attack, etc., etc. So, as our today's topic is on social engineering toolkit, we'll see how to do the phishing by using the social engineering toolkit, and that toolkit is called as SC toolkit. Okay, so here it is. Since we are selecting our first attack as a social engineering attack, so I'm going to select first option, social engineering attack. Okay, now just see, this is a different menu. Okay, the first one is a spear phishing attack, the second one is a website attack, the third one is an infectious media generator, and we can also create a payload and etc., etc. So today we'll see the website attack, and today we'll see how to send a mass mail attack. Because after creating a phishing page, I will also tell you how to create a mail, a fake mail, and how to send that particular link that developed by the attacker, and how to send that link to our victim. Okay, so second attack is our website attack, so I'm going to select the second option, this one. Okay, now these are the different methods: Java applet attack methods, Metasploit method, credential harvester method. So as the name says, credential, so we want the credential, right? Credential of the user, right? So I'm going to select the option number 3, that is 3, that is credential harvester attack. Yes, here we are. Here, see, there are different methods are there. Like first one is a web template site cloner custom import, right? So whenever the hacker is creating a page, first of all, at that time they are creating a clone page of that site. Now what is that cloning means? Cloning means what? Creating a mirror page. Mirror page is exact similar copy of the original website. Okay, so here our first step, as I said, is the cloning. So we'll select the option number 2, that is site cloner. Okay, now it's asking me my IP address, my local IP address. So how to find out the local IP address? The command for this is ifconfig. Okay, here I am. Here, this is my local IP address. So I'm just copying my local IP address from here and Control Shift V. Okay, so this is my local IP address. Now it's asking me the URL which I want to clone. So I'll give you full path for the URL. Suppose our target is twitter.com. So https, sorry, okay, www.twitter.com. Okay, okay, it will take some time for cloning. I have already created one site, one clone site. I will show you that. See, the same local address, right? And it states that welcome to the Twitter. See, this is a Twitter site which is created now, right? It is a fake Twitter site which looks exactly like a Twitter site. See here, login, password, login detail, see the Twitter symbol, everything. It looks similar like your Twitter site, right? It is like a cloning of a site. So now suppose after this, if I enter my credential here, my user ID and password. Okay, okay, so see, it is not readable, right? This is not in a plain text, this is not in readable format, this is in encrypted format. We are saying this is as encrypted format. Now if I want that password is in a plain text, that is our main aim, right? So suppose if I click on the login window, okay, and as it saves here, one second, I will show you. See, the location for this file is inside this folder, where and www, right? So where I will get this? So just open your computer, my computer, go to your file system, and inside the file system there is one folder where www. Okay, and here we are. See, it is already created, the file is already created, and now you can see my password qw2123 like this. Okay, just I just log into that Twitter fake site, and here I got the password in a plain text. Now this is just what we created a fake site, that is a Twitter fake site on my local address, and then I just log into there, and then I got a password. But what is the next step? If I want that link to be look like original, then I have to create something like that, some link like that, which looks like a secure link and which I can send to my user, right? So to do that, so to do that, what to do? That is our next step. Our next step is is making a server link and online hosting. Okay, so how to make the link and how to host that link, I will show you how to do that. Okay, so we'll go to the here. See, there are so many websites are available that is used for the online hosting purpose. If you google, see, free online hosting services, okay, you'll get a number of free websites that you can use for this purpose for hosting your website. Okay, so here I choose the 000 web host for that purpose. Okay, you just need to create your login ID here. That means you just need to do sign up here. You just create your I mean just create your profile here, and then you can host your website. Okay, so now how to do that? For example, suppose I don't have a color Linux and I want to use a Windows operating system for the same purpose. Okay, so it is also possible. The process is quite difficult and different than this, but it is possible. See, I have created so many phishing websites like this. See, like Amazon payment, Facebook, Google phishing, Insta follower, Instagram, and so many others that is on the social media accounts, right? So it is possible by Windows operating system also. Now, how to do that? See here, this is your Facebook login page. Okay, see, this is your original Facebook login page. Original Facebook login page. How you can guess? See here, it is secure, and this is facebook.com, right? HTTPS. Now, if I right click and suppose view page source code, this is like viewing a source code of that login page. And if you select Control A and Control C, so we don't need to do coding and all, nothing. We are just copying this code, and I'm just gonna paste this code on one. Suppose this is for Facebook. Okay, I have already created. So suppose I have created one page, and I'm just pasting that page inside a notepad, and I'm just giving that file name as logging.html. Since it is a HTML, so that the extension is .html. So here our HTML code is. If you want to see, just see. If you just click on right click, open with Google Chrome, and just see the magic. See, it is like a Facebook page, right? It is a Facebook page which looks exactly like a Facebook page. Okay, this one. See, but it shows the local IP address. It shows my IP address where that page is exactly. Okay, and now our job is to host this particular page on a website so that it looks similar to the page like this one. Okay, so that means what? We want a URL. We want a proper URL that we can send to our victim, to our victim, to our legitimate users. To do that, here such site we can use. Here we just need to sign in, and first you have to create your account. Since I have account, so I can do here like a signing for this particular website. Okay, 1 second. It will take a time, so let it be. We'll continue with this one afterwards. So this is the way we can host the site on the any this thing, that is any hosting site like this. Just you have to sign in. We can create a site here. Okay, you can host your PHP pages here, so that it will looks like you will get an exact link like a Facebook link. Okay, see, I will show you. I have already created one for you, this one. Okay, so is it look like a original site, that is it's not a facebook.com, but suppose if I send this particular website inside any mail, or to any instant messages or any text messages, and if I say, if you want to if you want to go to your Facebook account, just click here. Okay, so I can send the such type kind of email to any user. Right, now how to do that, we'll see first. Okay, we'll go back to Kali Linux. See here, just click on the application, or else just type set toolkit. Okay, and now first one, that is social engineering attack, and then fifth one, that is mass failure attack. And we are sending a mail, right, email with this link. So I'm going to select first one, that is email attack to a single users. Now whom to send this mail? Since we can send a mail to anyone, so this is just I'm showing your demo. So I have already created a fake address, that is a Gmail address. There are so many sites where we can create the address like temporary mail ID. Okay, so I have already created one temporary mail ID. Okay, if you search on the Google temporary email ID, you'll get the first link as temp email. So there you can create a temporary mail. So there you'll get this temporary mail. We can use this temporary mail. So I'm going to use this mail ID. So this is what XCMEBA 2828 at the rate 9595.com. Okay, my next step, use a Gmail account for your that is your Gmail account, your email account, right? So here I have one email account, KC outrage event at the rate gmail.com. Okay, flag this message, no I don't want, so I simply select N. Email subject, so some fishy email subject, right? So here, since we are creating for the Twitter, right, so we'll start using our we can say tweet generator for free. Okay, for free. This is my email subject. Okay, I want to send this mail as in plain text, so I will choose P. Then it asking me to enter the body of the message. Okay, so the body of the message is like, hi friends, hi friend. Okay, I'm sending you, I'm sharing this link, etc, etc, and just click on this link. Okay, so it is like I'm sending that link which I have created by using the hosting site. Okay, just click on this link. So to improve your or to start using our tweet generator for free, something like that. Okay, so like this. And to end this message, simply type capital END. Bingo, done. Now just see the magic here. This is a mail ID that we have created. Okay, and just now we have sent a mail, and this is our mail. See here, start using our tweet generator, and the sender is from KCCOE, right? And this is our mail content. Okay, so this is the way you can send a mail. This is our mail content, right? So this is a way you can send a mail. Since this is just a demo, so I use here temporary mail ID, but this is the way hackers are sending a mail to their victims, to their to the those who actually their attacker, I mean their victims are. Okay, so this is all how to do the email attack by using a mass mailer, by using the Kali Linux. Okay, then this is I said this is the hosting site which from where we can create. See here by using this particular website, you can create a new site. Okay, you can create a new site and you can upload your page here, right? So this is all from my side. Thank you all for your patient listening. But students, this is just a trailer. Whole story is here. In the KCCEMSR, we have added so many value-added courses like cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, IoT, robotics, data science, along with the Mumbai University syllabus. Career is the most important investment in one's life, right? So keep this in mind, set up your goals, groom yourself, and keep learning. So now it's time to introduce to our next speaker, dazzling star, Mansi Ma'am from IT department. She is an expert in Python and data science, and she is handling a number of several big projects on the data science. So I will pass you to our Mansi Ma'am. But before that, we are playing one video for you all, and it is like a small introduction about our college, and then we will proceed with the Mansi Ma'am sessions. Thank you all once again.
Okay, I am Dr. Pooja Rai Pradhan. I am Chief Operating Officer for Excelsior Education Society's group of institution. KC College of Engineering and Management Studies and Research, Thane, is one of the institution under Excelsior's. KC College is one of the most reputed and very old engineering college in the Thane and Mumbai region. And the alumni have been very successful and highly placed with successful entrepreneurs, successful corporate leaders, cricketers, international artists and cine artists coming out of this campus.
We have good infrastructure for academic enhancement, which includes Wi-Fi campus, industry-powered labs, computer-assisted lab for improving communication skills of students for global market, ample classrooms, green library having digital resources in the form of journals, videos, and spacious auditorium. For extracurricular activities, we have volleyball court, cricket pitch, gymkhana for indoor games, gymnasium for physical exercise, and a herbal garden.
I'm am working here from last 15 years and it is a great journey working in this college. Our college always encourages us to participate for technical, administrative and research activities to overall development of the student and faculty.
We believe in the holistic development of a student. Being in a technical institute, we try our student to profile in technical arena by participating in various international and national workshops and seminars. Apart from this, we try to inculcate social and ethical values by making them participate in Rotary clubs, YRC, that is Youth Red Cross, NSS, adopting a village and making a great social connect.
We conduct bridge courses to overcome industry-academia gap. Our students undergo various internship program and placement program which make them industry ready. We have very strong alumni connect. Our alumni are in companies like Microsoft, TCS, Infosys, which give our students insight in companies and to make them aware of cutting edge technology.
Okay, so at KC College of Engineering and Management Studies, we have 3 undergraduate courses and 1 postgraduate course. The undergraduate courses are Bachelor of Engineering for Computer Science, for Information Technology, Electronics and Telecommunication, and the postgraduate program is for Management, that is called as MMS, Master in Management Studies. So at KC College, we have a very good mix of old experienced staff as well as some young industry exposed staff, and they work together to make our academic curriculum very robust and very industry inclusive.
Starting a career with good job is a dream for all the students who take admission in professional studies. We call it a journey from campus to corporate. We apply collaborative approach in working with the industry by signing MOUs in various verticals like automation, IoT, mobile technology, software development, etc. We have established a learning and development center at our college by observation of industrial trends, where we call up industries to train our students in various verticals. These verticals are including mobile technology, software development, etc. Holistically, the entire process is called multi-track skilling model. We have also removed the boundaries from the college so that students can go and explore the corporate culture and understand it by doing internship, working on live projects, having hands-on experience on certain projects, etc. So the entire process and concept is to help them placed at various and good companies. Thank you.
Okay, to talk about our achievements, we have a very long list of accolades which won't be possible to tell here, but to sum up few of the recent ones. January 2019, we have received ICON Award for Academic Excellence for Engineering stream. Then this year, May 31st, we received a Midday Award of Excellence in Academics for our Engineering as well as Management program. The same award we had received in 2018 as well for our Engineering program. And then the Worldwide Achievers Association has credited us with some of the innovations in education. Then coming to the Entrepreneur Development Cell is one of the strongest cell in our department, and it has achieved second position at India level competition organized by IIT Bombay. Then our 4 to 5 teams have been at the national level of Smart India Hackathon for the last 3 consecutive years. So these are some of the recent accolades, I would say. However, the list goes quite.
At EDC, we promote the spirit of entrepreneurship within the students who are aspiring to become entrepreneurs, enhancing their skills and encouraging them to solve basic societal problems related to environment and healthcare and agriculture, using the latest technologies like IoT, AI and machine learning. KCESL is associated with many industries and healthcare centers to whom consultancies have been provided. We now have several entrepreneurs with successful startups within the campus and outside the campus. Our college has developed a full-fledged incubation center where budding entrepreneurs are nurtured to become self-employable first and then successful entrepreneurs. Thank you.
So like the spectacular track record we have in the past, we would also like to make a mark in the future. To sum up some of the future plans, I would say that we already have a full-fledged incubation center running in the campus. However, we would like to extend this facility to the people outside who have very strong ideas and innovative ideas on which they would like to work, and we would like to come up with more incubation centers in Thane and Mumbai region. Secondly, I would like to see KC College grow up as a reputed skill center in the Thane and Mumbai region. We would also like to collaborate, and we are working for it, with foreign universities for dual degree program. And the last thing that we are working right now is on getting a full-fledged autonomy for our institute.
Good morning, one and all. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to KC College of Engineering and Management Studies and Research, the college with the maximum number of prestigious awards. For the academic excellence, we are proud winners of Midday Award for the academic excellence for engineering category in 2018 and both engineering and management in 2019. We have series of other awards in our name for academic excellence, for entrepreneurship, for our social initiatives like IIT Mumbai Award for Entrepreneurship, Thane, in consecutive 2 years, district first position for the Rotary event. ABP News Award for Academic Excellence in 2019, Icon Award for the Best Engineering College in Thane and beyond for 2 consecutive years, 2018 and 2019, Radio City Award for the Academic Excellence 2019 and many more in the past. This is Mansi Soche from IT department. Now I would like to start a session on Introduction to World of Python. So let's start with the session. I hope you all are enjoying the sessions. So these are some glimpses of our awards. Now, as we know that Python is a programming language that is used widely nowadays because of its simplicity and it's easy to learn. So in this session, we will be learning what are the features of Python language. So many of the programmers are adopting this language for developing many applications or for developing many softwares. So we will be learning its features and which are the applications of Python language, and we are going to see a project by using this Python language. So you can see these are some of the future features of Python language, including its simplicity, easy to learn. So anyone can learn Python language easily. There are no such more syntax or there are no such more statements in the Python language. It is open source language. It is high level language. That means it enables a programmer to write some codes which are independent of the type of computer. So which is the most important part of this Python language. It is dynamically typed. That means the variables which we are declaring that can be checked at the runtime itself. So there is no need to declare a variables in Python. It is interpreted language, so there is no need of compiling a code. Directly, the source code gets generated into machine readable code, which can be easily understandable by the machine, and the output would be displayed on the screen. It has huge library, so there are many such built-in functions in Python which the programmer can easily include in his own applications so that it saves the time of the programmer. Next, we will see how exactly this Python language is different from the C programming language. So I hope you all have studied the C programming in your junior college. Okay. So now we will see what exactly is the difference between C and Python. So the Python is object-oriented programming language, whereas C is imperative programming language, which follows the structured approach, and some instructions would be there in C language. But in Python, everything would be considered as an object, as it is object-oriented programming language. So whichever classes are already there in this language, or whichever classes which are there, we can just create the object of those classes and we can use those functionalities in any of the applications. Then variables are declared in the C, whereas in Python no such a declaration is required, because everything or whichever variables we write or we declare, that is checked during runtime. Next, C doesn't have native OOP because C is not an object-oriented programming language, but Python has that OOP concept. That means all the classes and objects-related concepts will be there in Python language. Pointers are available in C language. So as we know, pointers is the most important concept from C language, which is not there. This functionality is not there in Python language. C is a compiled language, whereas Python is interpreted language. So in Python, there is no compiler like C. In C, we write some codes in Turbo C, then we compile that particular code to check which are the, we can say, errors or warnings are there. And then in Python, we don't have to do anything. We don't have to compile the code. We can directly execute the code which machine understands. There is a limited number of built-in functions available in C language, whereas in Python we have large library of such kind of built-in functions. So we can use these functions and we can develop many applications by using this. Now you can see some of the applications. So we have listed here including web applications. So we can use this language for developing websites or for developing certain web applications with the help of different frameworks available in Python, including Django, including Flask framework. So we can use those frameworks and we can go for developing websites and web applications. Then we can also go for creating some user-friendly and interactive user interfaces with this Python language. There are certain inbuilt libraries available that we can use for developing user interfaces. We can also go for creating or development of these softwares. We can also go for creating scientific and numeric applications with the help of some inbuilt libraries including NumPy, Pandas and Matplotlib. So we can use these libraries for creating such kind of applications. Then we have some business applications for Python, like including ERPs, including e-commerce websites we can go for. Okay. So after learning all these applications, we can also use Python language for creating animations, for 3D applications, for creating some enterprise application, image processing applications, and so on. Then in Python, we have two environments. By using those environments, we can just go for creating our application. So the first environment is REPL environment, which is read eval print loop. So I'll show that with the help of command prompt. And the second thing which we have, which is a script processor. So the script processor is nothing but a notepad, or you can say any IDE you can use, and we can use those IDEs. We can type our code over there. We have to save the code with .py extension. Okay, like in C, we used to save the code with .c extension. Here we have to save the code with .py extension. If you don't have the system, we can also install the mobile application like Pydroid, and you can easily type your code over there and you can run the code. Okay, so let's see what exactly this REPL environment is and how to execute the programs over there. Now in REPL environment, a single statement will be considered as the Python statement. So you just have to type Python over there and click the enter key. So these three arrow marks you can see, that means this is a Python shell, and you you have to write the statements here. So suppose I am declaring a variable a and I am assigning some value to that variable a as 10. So directly the Python interpreter will understand that this value is type of integer value because of the interpreted language. Okay, so this a has assigned a value as 10, and if you want to check the value of a, you can just type a over there and press enter key. You can see that the value of a as 10 is assigned. Okay, so this way you can declare the variables in Python. Suppose I am declaring b as 20, and if I want to perform the addition or subtraction of these two, I just have to type a plus b and press enter. It is that simple. Okay, you can just use the variables. You can perform any kind of operations over there. Suppose I want to perform a subtraction, I can just go for b minus a and it will show me the result. Okay, so in this Python shell, you can see the result after every statement. Okay, so one by one the statements will get executed if you are using that REPL environment. Okay, so REPL environment is nothing but the Python shell where each and every statement get executed separately. Okay, after that we will be learning script processor. So for that, now we are going to see one project by using this Python language. So first of all, we will understand what exactly this project is, and then we will see the background coding of it, how exactly we have to go for creating, or we have to go for creating some applications with the help of Python language. Okay, so let's run our module. So you can see we have written code in this IDE. Then you just have to click run option here after saving the code in .py. See here, we have saved the code with index.py, and you just have to run that code now. So run module F or F5 also you can press. Yes, so this is our project. So we have the inventory system. So this particular thing or this particular application can be used by any business person to manage his inventory, to manage his products. So whichever products are there in his shop, some new products are coming to the shop, and if the person wants to add those products into the system, how exactly he will do, that is our project. Okay, so we have given some heading here as inventory system, we have given some title as inventory management system, and we have one button here. Okay, so you can see that once I click button, then I can see username and password fields. Okay, so what exactly this username and password fields? I just have to write the username and password, which is MANSI I have given, and the password also as Mansi. Okay, then I just have to click on login. Once I log in, I can see view inventory and add new items. Okay, so view inventory, if I click, I can see some products here. If I want to search the products with some particular name, I just have to type the name and search. So I can see that particular product in the inventory system. I can reset it so that I can see the entire list. Then we have the delete option as well. So in delete option, if I want to delete some spec, I just have to click on that particular product and delete. Okay, so here it is showing me some message box. So it is because of the library which we are using for creating this application. Okay, then after viewing the products in the system, if the person wants to add some new items, some new products to his system, there is one more button which is add new button, add new items. So the person can go for adding new items. Suppose he is adding some mobile, and suppose quantity is 5 and the price per unit is suppose 45,000, and we have to save. So you can see that that inventory, that item or product is added to the inventory list. Okay, so in this way this application is working. Now we will see one by one is working, how exactly we have written the coding for developing this application. Okay, so now I'm just clicking on log out button. So it is showing me, are you sure you want to log out? Yes. Okay, so now we will see, once I click on button, the action is getting performed and why exactly it is happening. Okay, so this is our code. You can see TK Inter library. Okay, so this TK Inter library we can use for creating user interfaces in Python, and this message box functionality specifically we are using in this project for just showing the pop-up boxes to the users to show them some we can say alerts. Okay, then we are using SQLite 3 library for creating a database. Okay, so as we need a database of the product, we are just creating a database here, which is, suppose you can give you can create different tables. Now here you can see that I have added username and password as Mansi. Okay, you can go for adding any kind of username and password to your project. Then you can see this window here. For this particular window or for this particular frame, how much will be the width and how much would be the height, that you can decide here. Okay, so before starting with the functionalities and all those things, you just have to create the main application window. To create the main application window, this is the basic method we can use. Root means the object which we have created, and TK is a method which we are calling for creating the main application window. As we can see, we have given the title as inventory management system, and then we have given sky blue color over there. These are some width and height of that window. Okay, see that different methods we have included in our code. Now, what is the use of adding those methods or adding those functionalities? Because once we are clicking on something, we are linking to some other pages, okay? And that linking is because of the functions, okay? That linking is because of the methods. So whenever we are clicking on something, it is calling that particular method or function, okay? So how to define a method here in Python? We just have to write this def keyword and the method name and colon. There you can write the body of that particular method. Now, how exactly we are seeing that first screen, or we can say home screen on the application. So you can see here the application is showing the label as inventory system login button. Okay, so you can see here inventory system and command it is showing as show login form for the login. So once I click on the login button, it is calling this show login form method. It is like that. Okay. So what is the use of this attribute command? It is just taking us to the next page. Okay. So to take or to go to the next page, it is calling this show login form method. So where exactly it is? The show login form method. In show login form method, we have certain next page attributes. We have the attributes which we are linking. Okay, so in that we have title as inventory system or account login, and it is calling login form method. Okay, and every time you have to set the width and height for each and every page. Now it is calling that login form method, where the login form is what? After creating, you can see username, password and login fields. Okay, so how exactly it is, how we have created that? Username is there, which is called as a label, and whichever entries we take from the user, that entries are nothing but, here we type something. This is called as entry boxes. Okay, so that's why we have added labels, and this username is called as a label, and whichever entries we are taking for that username and password, that is called as a entry component. Okay, so in TK Inter library we have this kind of labels and entry boxes. You can go for developing many such components. Okay, now once I add username and password, it is showing me login button. So once I click on login button, it is showing the command as login. That means once I click on login button, it is login method. So how to do that? After it is calling login method, so in login method, it is showing the user whether that user is valid user or not. So you can see here, once I logged in, it will check the username and password which is already there in the database, and if the username and passwords are matching, then only it will give the access to the system, then only it will call the show home method. Otherwise, it will show some invalid username and password message to the user. So you can see here, if I type some different password and I try to log in, it will show me invalid username or password, right? So this way we can go for developing different pages and we can link those pages over there. Okay, now once I logged in, it will take me to show home method, and what that show home method does, it also takes the user to home method. So what it does, in home method, it just asks for the view inventory and add new, these two buttons. Okay, so if the user is clicking on view inventory button, it is calling show view method, and if the user is clicking on add new items, it will call show add new method. Okay, so these methods are like, if I click on this show add new method, if I call this particular method, it will just create some details including product name, including product quantity and product price, and accordingly it will fetch the data. Okay, some reset and delete options के लिए the methods including reset, including delete. Okay, if the person wants to reset that search field, we can set the text as null. If the person wants to delete some records, so we have to delete the records by using that delete query with the help of SQL language, and we can delete the item from the list from the database with the help of this delete method. Okay, so this way, if you want to go for creating any particular application, if you are clicking on something, if you are clicking on some buttons, background, your methods will be working. Okay, so if you are clicking on some buttons, your attributes will take you, the attributes command will call that particular functionality and it will link the next page for the application. Okay, so after adding all these methods and after adding all these functionalities, initializing the main loop. So we have created the main window with the help of that root keyword, with the help of that root object. Now with the help of that root object, we will call main loop method for initializing all these functionalities. Okay, so this is the working of this project. Firstly, you have to import all the libraries which are needed. Okay, after adding all the libraries, you will be creating your main window. For that main window, you will be deciding the height and width of that window. After that, you will be declaring some variable whichever variables are needed, and then you will define some methods which the we can say every page is linking together. Okay, after defining method, we have to create the label widget, our main home page, by using the title, by you want to add, and then we have to go for the initialization of the main loop. Okay, so this way you can go for developing some projects in Python language. Just decide the objects, just decide the components which you want to add in this frame. If you want to add some buttons, you can go for buttons. If you want to add some checkboxes, some radio buttons, there are many options available. You can go for it, and you can create your own application by using this Python language. So it is as simple. You can go for developing many such applications by using this language. Okay, thank you so much for your patient listening. Now I would like to introduce our next speaker, Professor Purnima Vadak ma'am from EXTC department for the session on Internet of Things. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mansi ma'am. And hello everyone. I am Professor Purnima Vadak, Assistant Professor in the Department of Electronics and Telecommunication of KC College of Engineering and Management Studies and Research. Before starting, I would like to congratulate you all for showing your interest in this 2-day session on Engineering is Fun, which will introduce you to the magical world of engineering. Hope you all will learn something new and we will succeed in adding up to your aspirations towards engineering. So, welcome to KC College of Engineering, where engineering is actually fun. Since 2 decades, KC College of Engineering has been mentoring the students actively with an array of mentoring programs. The mentoring by faculty, students, corporate mentoring program, and alumni mentoring program. This mentoring program is in line with national education policy, which has great impetus on mentoring. And we at KC believe that right mentoring is the key to the student success. So with this introduction, I would like to start with the small hands-on simulation session related to Internet of Things. This Internet of Things term is very popular these days as it is going to be our future, right? Many of you must be having some information about this. But before going on to the actual hands-on, I would like to give you a very brief overview with the help of a small presentation. So let me present a screen first for that. I hope it's visible to all of you. So Internet of Things or IoT, first of all, we will try to understand what is it exactly. So IoT is nothing but a system of various interrelated components, which is having some computing devices, some objects, things, people, animals, anything. But the beauty of this IoT is that all these things are interconnected to each other. That means they can share the data with each other over the internet and without requiring actual human to human or human to computer interaction. So you can consider it as an ecosystem of connected physical objects which are accessible through the internet. Now, what is this Internet of Things exactly made up of? The components of this IoT system are sensors, connectivity, people, and processes. You can consider it as sensors on one side, peoples and processes on the other sides, and these two are connected with the connectivity, which is nothing but the internet. So to understand this, let me take a very simple example of smart plant watering system. Now, generally, when we find that the moisture content of the soil has decreased, we water it, right? Similarly, in the smart plant watering system, we have something called a sensor, which will continuously monitor the moisture content of the soil. When it finds that the moisture level has dropped below a particular threshold, it notifies it to the other end, that is the processes, immediately. So the sensed value by the sensor will be sent over the internet to the other end. Now at the other end, if you have people, that means it can be done manually, that the plant will be watered, or if we have an automatic system, then with that received value of sensor, as it has dropped down, it can automatically turn on the water tap to water the plant, and like that. So I hope you have understood what are the main components of IoT. Now, this you can find as a gateway to the future. In future, everything is going to be smart. You will have smart city, smart hospital, smart highway, smart factory, and everything will be smart. Now, all these things are smart because they will not require any help from human being. They can do and take the corrective and necessary actions on their own with the help of the inputs taken from the sensor. So now, if we consider the IoT on a small scale, it requires something which will control everything, right? So Arduino in this IoT system, it acts as the brain of the system. What it does exactly? It processes the data which is received from the sensor, and then it sends that signal to the other end so that the necessary actions can be taken on themselves. Now, why we prefer this Arduino? For the students like you, which want to do experimentation on their self, right, which want to try various hands-on experiments. So for them, Arduino is very useful as it is an open source hardware platform to build the projects. And with the same Arduino board or with the same hardware, if you want to have number of different projects, you can simply change the programs. You can program the same board n number of times and build different projects. So these are the advantages of Arduino. Now, this Arduino is an open source hardware and software platform for IoT. That means you can see over here that the blue colored board is called as the Arduino board. That is the hardware required for this project. And according to the requirement of our project, we have to program it. And this programming is done on this open source software platform, which is integrated development environment. So this was the basics regarding this overview of IoT, right? Now we will have the hands-on session. Now, as I told now, if we want to build a project, we require the hardware, Arduino board and all. So at present, we all are not able to do it physically, right? So what we can do is we can have a simulation platform. So the simulation platform which we will be using now is Tinkercad. Okay. So Tinkercad is an open source software developed by Autodesk. To go to that, you have to simply type tinkercad.com in Google. Once you get that, you will have to sign in using your Gmail account. Now, I have already signed in through my Gmail. That's why I have got this dashboard. We will try to build new circuits in this Tinkercad software. So on the left hand side, you have circuits. Once you click on circuits, you can create new circuits. So I have selected create new circuits, and this is a very interesting platform, as here you have n number of components. You can observe on the right hand side, you have various components like resistors, LED, capacitors, various sensors, Arduino board, etc. So with these components, you can simply select whichever you want for your circuit. You can connect them and you can see their output by clicking on start simulation. If you are using Arduino board, obviously you will require the programming. In that case, you will have to click on this code and you have to write the code. Okay, so before going to the actual example related to IoT, we will first try with some of the components which you all are familiar with. In 12th standard, you must have studied LED. Right, LED is a light emitting diode. It emits the light or it glows whenever it is connected to a power supply. So what I have done, see, whatever component you want, you can simply type in this search and you will get it. Here I wanted LED. I have left clicked on it and I have dragged it into this open space. Right, LED has two terminals. One is cathode, other is anode. The cathode is to be connected to the negative terminal of a battery. Now I want a battery. So I have typed battery in this search. I have three types: 1.5 volt, 3 volt, and 9 volt. For now, I will select a 3 volt battery. Okay. Now, the positive terminal of battery is connected to the anode of your LED. Then, the negative terminal of the battery is connected to the cathode of the LED. Okay, now what I have done, simply I have given the power supply to the LED. With that, I will start the simulation and you can see that your LED has started glowing simply because we have provided the power supply. Right? These all things you know. Now, let me try with some other battery. For that, what I have done, I have left clicked on this battery component and I have deleted because I want the other battery. Now I will try with the 9 volt battery. So I will rotate it using this leftmost icon on the top. It has rotated. Now again the same connection. The negative terminal is connected to the cathode. The positive terminal is connected to the anode of your LED. Now see, now you have a 9 volt battery and the same LED. I have done the connection. I will start the simulation. What I have found now is my LED has got damaged. It has burst. Why it has burst? Initially, we had a 3 volt battery, which was giving a less amount of current. Now I have a 9 volt battery, which has generated more current, and that huge amount of current or the overcurrent that LED is not able to withstand and it has got damaged. Now, if I have 9 volt battery and still I want to glow my LED, is there any other option for that? Have you all studied anything, any component which resists or controls the flow of current through the circuit? Yes, you all have studied one such component which is called as resistor. Resistor is the device which is used to control the flow of current through any component of the circuit. So I have typed resistor and I have selected one of the resistor. Now I will complete my circuit, or I will connect my LED to the battery through the resistor. Okay, I have connected resistor to the negative terminal and now I have made the connection. So now if I start simulation, you can find that your LED has not damaged, but it is glowing properly. So what we have done, whatever was the overcurrent flowing through your LED through this closed loop, we have controlled it using this resistor. So these were some of the components which you have already studied, and you must have got the idea how to create the circuits in this. Now what we will do, we will try to do something which is automatic. For example, in traffic light system, you can see that the red color or the green color, they all start automatically, wait for some time, and then changes. And we will try to have something like that. So for anything automatic, you require a controller, right? So controller, that is Arduino board over here. Now I want an Arduino board. In the search thing, I will write Arduino, and I have got an Arduino board. I have dragged it in this empty space. Okay. I will show you the program for blinking the LED. Now to connect the component and LED and all, we require a breadboard. Breadboard is nothing but a simple platform where you can have a connection of various components. So I have dragged the breadboard also. In the breadboard, you can see that all these vertical points are interconnected to each other. That means they are soldered from inside. Similarly, at the top, these two horizontal lines are dots in this horizontal lines are connected to each other. Now I want a LED because I want to blink it. So I will type LED in this search box. Okay, and I have put it over here. As we have seen that we cannot connect it directly. To prevent it from damaging, we will have to connect one resistor also. I have selected a resistor. I will simply try to rotate it. Okay, so all my components have been selected. Now I will do the connections. Let me tell you about this Arduino board. In this Arduino board, this largest IC which you can see is a microcontroller, which is the actual brain of this Arduino board. Okay, now here you have the pins for the power connection. Here you have some analog input pins, which will be taking the analog inputs from the sensor. Here you have digital pins for digital input and output connections. Now what I will do, this 5-volt power supply should also be given to the positive supply of this breadboard. Similarly, this I should connect to the top line also, the top positive line also. Then the ground is to be connected to the negative line of breadboard. So that I have done. Similarly, I will connect this bottom negative to the top negative. So I have done the power connections. Now what I will do, this negative of the LED, is to be grounded. Ground is nothing but this negative line. Okay, and the positive can be connected to any of the pin. Positive can be connected to any of the pin of digital pins of Arduino board. So let me connect it to pin number 4. You can take any pin. I have for now connected it to pin number 4. So connections are done. Now we will have to write the code. Okay. See, in the code, if you don't know how to write a code, there are 3 options given: blocks, blocks plus text, and text. Now, if you don't know the programming, you can go to blocks, where you have to know the logic only. With the help of logic, you can select the blocks and the code will be generated automatically. Now, for example, what I have to do, here I have connected my LED to pin number 4. Okay, I have to make that LED glow. That means I will have to make my pin number 4 high. So for that, in the output, I have second option, set pin number, anything of your choice. You can set it high or low. So I have selected that. I will do set pin number 4 to high. Now, after that, if I want to wait for some time, I will go in control. There is one block called as wait. I can change the value. I can change the unit from here. Okay. Again, after having it glow for 1 second, I want to set it to low again. So I have selected this, set pin number 4 to low. And after that, again, I will like to wait for 1 second. Okay, so this much only I want. What this code will do, it will blink the LED, wait for 1 second, again it will stop, wait for 1 second. This will keep on repeating. As the code is done, I will simply click on start simulation. And once I have started simulation, you can observe that the LED is start glowing, waiting for 1 second, then stop, like that. This is blinking of LED. That means we have automatically controlled the on and off, that is glowing and stopping of LED with the help of Arduino programming. Okay, so this was a very simple example of blinking LED. Now coming to the actual thing, which is I will just demonstrate to you the automatic LPG gas detector using the same platform. So what I have done, I have already built a circuit in the same way which I have shown. Arduino, this component, you know, breadboard you have seen, LED and resistors also I have shown. The new component is this gas sensor that I have selected by searching in this box only. Now, what is this gas sensor exactly? There are various sensors used for detection of gas. There are different sensors for different gas. Here, this sensor is used for detecting the LPG gas present nearby it. What happens whenever a gas comes in contact with these sensors, the ionization process takes place. Due to the formation of ions, a potential difference is generated. And this potential difference is nothing but the output of the sensor. Now, if more gas is detected around the sensor, more potential difference is generated. In short, we get the idea about the gas detected around it with the help of the output value. Okay, so now the remaining is the connections for power are same. Here for the gas sensor, the upper 3 terminals are to be connected to the 5-volt power supply. Okay, they are connected to the 5-volt power supply, and the bottom 3 lines, out of which the first terminal is the output terminal of the sensor. It gives you the measurement of the gas detected. So this terminal, what we will do, we will connect it to the analog input pin of Arduino. You can connect it to any of the analog input pin. I have connected it to pin number A0. Okay, the remaining 2 terminals are to be grounded. I have connected one directly and the other one through the resistor to prevent my gas sensor from damage due to overcurrent. Okay, now here to indicate the detection of gas, I have used LEDs. Okay, whenever a gas will be detected, my red LED will glow, indicating that gas is detected. Otherwise, when the conditions are normal, my green LED will keep on glowing. So for that, what I have done, I have connected these 2 LEDs to 2 different pins of Arduino board. For example, this red LED I have connected to pin number 4 and my green LED I have connected to pin number 3. So this was all about the connections. Now, how to write a code for this? Okay, so going to code, what will happen? I am reading the sensor output, right? I am reading the sensor output and I will have to declare it as one variable. So for that, I will have to go in variables and I will have to click on create variable. For now, I have already created a variable called as gas sensor. And what will be the value of that variable gas sensor? It is nothing but whatever value I will read from analog pin A0. So in input, I have read analog pin A0. So whatever will be that read value, that will be my variable gas sensor. So my first line of the code is set the variable gas sensor to the read analog pin A0. Now, once I have created that variable, what I want to do with that, I will have to print it continuously on monitor. So for that, in the output block, I have print to serial monitor. So I have a monitor in which the sensed value will be continuously displayed. Then what I have to do, if my gas sensor measured value is greater than a threshold, I can change this threshold. I have kept it 200. If my value is greater than 200, what I have to do? I have to glow my red LED. Now my red LED is connected to pin number 4. So what I will write? If my gas sensor value is greater than 200, then my pin number 4 should be high, and my pin number 3, that means green LED, should be not glowing, that means it should be low. Otherwise, if the value of gas sensor is less than 200, what should happen? The green LED should glow. That's why I have written set pin number 3 to high and set pin number 4 to low. So that is the logic which I have used and put in the blocks form. Okay. Once this is done, I can simply click on start simulation. So when you have clicked on start simulation, you can observe the values in this serial monitor. See, it is giving the values for every second, and you can observe that this value is less than 200. So according to that condition, my green LED should glow, and you can see that here the green LED is glowing and the red one is not glowing. So now if I'm bringing this artificial smoke near to the sensor, when I am bringing it near to the sensor, I can observe here that my value has crossed 200. Now it is 264. So as it has crossed the threshold value, now my red LED is glowing and green has stopped glowing, indicating that the gas is detected. Okay. Here for indication purpose, I have used a LED. In the place of LED, you can have a buzzer which will start ringing when your gas sensor detects the presence of gas, right? You can also have a LCD display which will flash a message called as LPG gas is detected, and so on. So all these components, various types of buzzer and all, everything is available in this search, and it is available in this platform. Okay, so this was just a simple overview. I hope you all have understood this, and now you can try on your own many new projects with the help of this open source platform. So that was all from my side, and thank you for listening to this patiently. Okay, so now we have next speaker, and he is also a student like you. So we have next speaker, Vishal. Over to you, Vishal, and thank you all of you once again.
Good afternoon, friends. This is Vishal Pendekar, and I am a second year engineering student at KC College of Engineering. I hope you are enjoying these sessions. So, you must be playing games on your laptop, your mobiles, or consoles. By games, I mean the open world games like PUBG, Fortnite, or Grand Theft Auto. Surely you must be playing something, means at least you have heard about it. So, there is something in common between those open world games, like there is a character, you can move around and you can interact with things and then progress in the game. So we are going to do something like that. We are going to give a basic functionality to our character, that we are going to create a character. He will move on some flooring just like this. When I press the W button, he can move in the forward direction. When I press the S button, he can move backwards. When I press the A key, he moves towards the left, and when I press the D key, he moves towards the right. Also, I can press the spacebar button and make him jump, just like that, and I can use the mouse to move the camera around. So we are going to make something like this using Unreal Engine, which is a very famous tool for game development. PUBG and Fortnite have been developed using this editor. You can get this for free from the Epic Games store. So just you have to navigate to Unreal Engine and install it from here. I have already installed it, so I have the launch button here. So when I launch it, we will get something like this. So we are creating a game, so we will select games from here, hit next. There are many templates here so that you have something to start with. Like if you want to create a game that includes vehicles, so you can select the vehicle template and you can continue your job from here. There are many other things like flying. So we are going to use blank today and hit next. I will keep these things to their default settings. I will make sure that I have the starter content included and give some meaningful name like free runner, because that's what our character is going to do. Is going to free run on a floor. So I have already created this project, so we don't have to wait for it to compile again. So when you create the project, you will see this particular screen. On the left hand side, there is place actors tab, from where you can just drag and drop actors in your scene. Actors are nothing but all the objects that you can see in the viewport, like these chairs, this table, this statue, even the light sources. I mean, in the scene are the actors. Like this is a reflection sphere that makes the reflections look real in the scene. So all these are actors. On the right hand side, you can see the word outliner, which has a list of all the objects that, or actors that are currently in this scene. So if I just select this chair and press the F key, I can immediately focus on that object. Just below the world outliner, there is the details tab where we can see all the details about this chair, like its location, rotation, scaling, and all other properties. You can also modify those properties directly from here. Just beside the details tab, there is the world settings. Here you can manage the overall settings of the virtual world. So like lighting is something that you are going to require in the whole virtual world, so you can control such settings from the world settings. On the bottom there is content browser, so here we can create our own files, our own assets. Also whatever we import is visible here, like we just imported starter content while we created the project, so it's visible here in the content browser. Okay, so let's move on to creation of our new level. I'm not going to use the default one that is created by Unreal Engine. We are going to start fresh. So I will go to File, New Level, and start with an empty level. I don't need to save this. Okay, so here we are in the new level. It's all blank. Let's bring in some actors. So in the content browser, I'm going to apply a filter. That is, I will search for static meshes, and you can see I have a lot of objects here like cubes, cones, spheres, etc. I'm going to use this floor tile that is 400 cross 400 in size. So I will just drag and drop it in the viewport, just like that. In the details panel, I will set its location to 0, 0, 0. That's the origin. I will hold on the Alt key and just drag this out, so I can make a replica of this floor, so we can move freely on that. But before that, I will just change the snapping value to 100, so I have better measurements. So I have held the Alt key on the keyboard and just dragged it out using this green arrow. Now there are two floor tiles here, so I will make some more. Now I will hold down the control key and select these three tiles, and I will clone them as well on the other side using the same Alt key and dragging them across. Okay. I will select these all tiles and make their replicas. Hold down the Alt key, drag them out. This is one, this is two, and this is three. Select all and same on the other side. We have a nice square floor now. Let's bring in some lighting to our scene, but before that our world outliner is pretty much cluttered now by our floor tile. I will just select those all floor tiles in the world outliner and put them in a folder. So right click, move to new folder, and I will name that as flooring. And I can just collapse that so our world outliner is clean now. And now let's bring in some lighting. For lighting, I will bring in a directional light which will act as a sun. You can already see that the floor has started glowing. So I will set its position to 0, 0, let's say 500. This will act as a sun. So we can just rename that if you want. Rename that to sun. And in the details tab, I will search for atmosphere fog sunlight. So here it is, and I will enable that. Now we can use it as a sun. Next, let's bring in the sky because it's still dark and there is no sun you can see. It's just light coming from nowhere. So let's bring in our sky. So let's search for the BP sky sphere. Yes. And let's bring it in the sun. So that gives us nice orange sky now. There's still no sun in the sky. Yeah, it is here. But that's not the sun actually. It's not actually linked with our sun. It is sun, but it is not actually linked with our sun. That's why it is right on the horizon. We will fix that later. But first we will need one more component, that is atmospheric fog, that will simulate the clouds. Okay. There is some cloudy effect you can see. Now let's link this sun from the BP sky sphere to our sun. That is our directional light. For that, let's go to BP sky sphere, and in the details under default, I will set the directional light actor to our sun. Instantly you can see that the sky has turned blue and our sun is now at the top, and we can now control that using our directional light actor. So let's try that. So this is our directional light, that is our sun. I will press the E button on the keyboard to change to rotation mode, and let's try to rotate it. So I will rotate it like 40 degrees. You can see the light. You cannot see the sunspot updating, but you can see the light updating. Our sun is not updating yet. Let's fix that. I will disable the BP sky sphere from the world outliner by pressing this eye icon, and now you can see the sun updating. We can update it. Okay, let's bring it down so you can see that properly. Okay. Once we have found a nice sweet spot for the sun, we can again enable the BP sky sphere, and then within the BP sky sphere details, let's refresh the material so that it updates it. We have a nice evening seen right now. One more thing I will bring in is the reflection capture sphere. Like this. I will set its position to 0, 0, 300. So that will capture the reflections and make the reflections look more real. Okay, so we have designed our floor. This is the floor on which our character is going to move on. Fine. Let's save it. I will name it as another map and save it. Now let's move on to make our character. For the character, I have already downloaded a character from the Unreal Engine Marketplace. So it is available in my library. That character is this Paragon Shinbi. I will be adding her to our project. That's a free runner project. So add to project. Uh, this may take a minute. Okay. So we have imported Paragon Shinbi and we can now see her in the content browser. It's right here, Paragon Shinbi. Okay. So let's move on to make our character. So I will right click and select blueprint class and we want to pick up a parent class. So we want to make a character. So let's pick up character base class and name her as runner character. Now here we can see a capsule component and an arrow. This arrow represents the forward direction and the capsule component will house our character within it. So let's bring in our character. That is, let's select the mesh component from the components tab on the left, and from within the mesh, let's select Shinbi that we just imported, this particular character. Let's bring her down into the capsule and rotate her by 90 degrees so she faces front direction. Okay, she's facing front. Let's set her animation to Shinbi Anim Blueprint. This animation came with her, and let's resize the capsule so that she fits nicely in it. Let's increase its height to, let's say, 95 and capsule radius to 25. That looks great. Let's compile and save it. Okay, now we need one more thing to place her in our game. When we start our game, uh, we will need a player start component. So that will be our starting point. So whenever we hit the play button, our character will spawn on that point. Let's try that. Okay, as you can see that I have hit the play button, but there is no character and I cannot move around. Why is it so? Because we don't have a game mode set up here. So let's set up the game mode. I will right click here and create a new blueprint class, and I will make that a game mode base, and let's rename it to runner. Within this, I am going to change only one setting, that is our Okay, I need to stop this simulation so that I can. From here, I'm going to change only one thing, that is our default pawn class, and I will set that to our runner character. It's right here. Compile and save. Now let's try playing it. Still not there? Fine. Let's go to the edit, project settings, and in maps and modes, I will select the default modes panel, and within that I will set it to our runner mode, and I will change the startup map to be our runner map. Okay. No need to save this. This saves automatically. And now I will hit play, and now we can see that our character is here, but it, it isn't looking good right now because it's just popping in. Let's fix those things. Okay, so we have our character, and we don't have a camera behind her yet. So let's add the camera component. Uh, let's name that as player cam. So that camera will keep her looking from behind. And we need one more thing, that is a spring arm. What is a spring arm? It is kind of a selfie stick, so that will keep the camera at a fixed distance from our character. It will not be like in our first case it was colliding with her head. So it will keep that from happening. So we can just name it selfie stick. I will make sure that our player cam is a child of our selfie stick. So now you can see the camera has been attached to the spring arm. Let's hit compile and save. Let's quickly add the movements as well to our character. Let's write some events so that our character can move around the floor. Let's go back to our edit and project settings, and within that I will select input, that is right here in the left pane. And in inputs I have two types of inputs, that are action mappings and axis mappings. Axis mappings are continuous signals, like if I have to move forward, I will hold down the W key on the keyboard, and if I want to come back I will be setting it to S. Okay. So these require continuous inputs, like for movement kind of things. Since the back direction is opposite to forward, I will change the scale to -1 over here. I will need one more axis mapping for going right and left. For right, I'm going to use the D button. Of course, you can make your own control schemes. You can also program these for your Xbox controllers. I don't have one. And to make my character turn, I will set this to mouse X. Okay, one more thing, even left direction is opposite to right, so we need to change the scale to -1. And look up and down is just a second, the engine just crashed. Okay, we have our inputs written here. House 1. And I will change the scale of that to -1. Everything is fine here. Next, I'm going to go to action mappings. And in the action mapping, I will set the controls for jump. Because jumping does not require a continuous signal. Jumping is discrete. Like when you press the spacebar, you jump and then come back down. You don't need to hold down the spacebar to jump. So we don't need a continuous signal. That's why we are going for action mappings. We need discrete signals and we will set that to spacebar. Done. Now we can close this window and we are now at runner character here. I will change a few settings over here. So in the runner character parent class, I will disable the use control rotation yaw. I will tell you why in a minute. Then in the surface stick, I'm going to use pawn control rotation. I will enable that. Next in the character movement, I'm going to search for orient rotation to movement and I will enable that. Okay, so what is orient rotation to movement? It is basically we need to rotate our character in the direction of our acceleration. Otherwise, it will look like you are facing in the front direction, but you are moving towards the left. So we don't want that. We want our character to face left if we are moving towards the left. So thus we are checking the orient rotation to our movement. And if you see the tooltip, it says that it needs the controller rotation yaw to be disabled. That I disabled right here in the parent class. Yeah, just here. Okay, hit compile and save and come back to event graph. In the event graph, let's search for our inputs. Our first input will be for forward. There are two forward here. One is the axis event and other one is the axis value. We don't want the axis value. We want the axis event. So axis forward. Okay. From this node, let's bring out add moment input. Okay. And connect the axis value to the scale value. Similarly, we are going to do that for the right side, like to move towards the right. I mean, right event, bring out a node and add moment input and connect the axis value to the scale value. Okay. Now we want our character to move in the direction of its I want our character to rotate in the direction of our movement. So for that, let's get the rotation of the controller. So for that, I will search for get control rotation. Now the rotation is made up of three components, that is roll, pitch and yaw. Remember, roll is axis of rotation along the x-axis. Pitch is axis of rotation along the y-axis. And yaw is axis of rotation along the z-axis. So if I break the return value of this variable, I will use the break rotator. So I can break that into roll, pitch and yaw. I'm only interested in the z-axis yaw. So I will bring out a pin from here and make a rotator out of it. As you can see that Z is connected to X, but I don't want to do that. So I will just hold the control button on the keyboard and drag the pin from X to Z. So now we have a rotator in the Z direction. Now from this rotator, I'm going to pull out a pin and I'm going to get forward vector for the forward direction. and I'm going to return its value to the forward add moment. Similarly, I'm going to get the right vector and plug that into right vector movement. That makes the movement. So let's select all these, hit C and write in comment that these are movement controls. Okay. Let's hit compile and save. Let's test that. This is our floor. Let's play. Okay. So that's our character. She can move forward, she can move backward, she can move towards the left, she can move towards the right. Nice. We cannot jump right now, and if I move the mouse, we cannot, our camera cannot turn around. That's the problem now. Let's fix that. For mouse controls, we had created turn event. So that's again axis event and axis value. We need axis event turn, and we had one more, that is lookup axis event. From that, I will just plug that into add controller yaw input for turning and plug the axis value here. And for lookup, I will add hit input, that is in the axis of rotation along Y. Then comment it to mouse input. It was that simple. Remember guys, we have not used a single line of code yet, and we are not going to use till the end of this session. Next, let's add jump functionality. Jump. This action events. Now here you can see that we have two nodes, that is for pressed and released. I told you that action mappings are discrete, that is they have press and release events, while the access events don't have the press and release events, they are continuous signals. So when it is pressed, I will use the inbuilt function jump to make her jump, and when it is released, I will make her stop jumping. These are inbuilt functions. Okay, let's comment that out. Hit compile and save them. Let's go back and hit play. We have our character. We can use the mouse to move around the camera. We can press the W key to move forward, S key to move back, A key to move left, and D key to move right. We can also jump using the space bar now. Thanks. But now we have one problem, not regarding the controls, but regarding the visuals. So if we are placing our character like this, and if the camera is set up opposite to the direction of the sun, you can see that the character is full black. She is not supposed to be seen that much black from this side. Like if we were to stand in sun like that, no one can see you like that. To fix that, I will bring in one last component to our viewport, that is our skylight. On the place actors tab, let's bring it to the our scene, and let's set its position to 0,0,700. What that does is it takes the reflection from the sky and casts it on the floor. What was happening till now, we had only one source of light, that was our sun. So it is very much like if the light cannot reach, the sunlight cannot reach on any surface in our game, it will look total black, pure black. But what our skylight is doing, it is casting the shadow of the sky on the ground. So now instead of one light source, we have many more sources of light that will cast partial shadows and all that cool stuff. It is computationally expensive, but visually it looks good. So I'm going to build the lighting. So I'm going to select the build, the small arrow just beside the build button here, and build lighting only. It will take up like 20 seconds or more depending on the size of your open world. Okay, so lighting has been built, and let's hit the play button. And now you can see, even if we are facing the sun and the camera is opposite to the direction of the sunlight, we can see our character clearly. Shadows are much more realistic now. We can move around, we can jump, we can move our cameras, we can do all sorts of stuff. So that's all from my side. I hope you enjoyed this. And coming up next, you have session on here session by Mr. Omkar Nirgude sir, and he will be demonstrating a mobile application development to control electric light bulbs. It's really interesting. So thank you.
Okay, very good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are enjoying this session. It's very interesting, actually. Now, I'm going to explain you how to create a mobile application that you can control your home electronics appliances with your mobile at from any place. If you are in Mumbai, if you want to turn on and turn off your appliances, which is located in other country as well, or in example in Pune, so you can control it from your mobile tip. That I'm going to show you. Okay, it's very easy, and this we are going, it's called actually as a IoT. So if you want to see the what is exactly IoT, so Purnima ma'am has already explained it very properly. You can check this video at around 1 hour 21 seconds. So I'll quickly start with our session. So first of all, we will do we will create one circuit for our LED bulb, that I'm going to show you how to glow that LED bulb from mobile. So we will create a circuit diagram, then we will connect that circuit with the server. We'll create server because we all know that something that space we require to connect our hardware circuit as well, that electronics appliances circuit as well, and even our mobile as well. So for that we require a mediator, that's called a server. Then we will create one mobile application, and for that we will write one IoT code, small IoT code to control our LED bulb. Okay, so first of all, look at this circuit diagram. The board that I'm going to use is called a Node MCU. Okay, and it's working similarly kind of Arduino itself. This is the processor over here, some pins over here, ground command. So here I'm going to add my LED bulb in any pin, digital pin. So I'm selecting a D7 over here and another point as a ground pin. So regarding the LED bulb, what is the resistor and all things, again Purnima has already explained that. I'll simply connected that circuit with LED. So now we will create our one server. Okay, let me show you. So for that you have to visit this thingspeak.com. This thingspeak.com will provide you a cloud that you can connect your circuit and application freely. And if you have a student account, you can create it for 4 project. So once you visit over here thingspeak.com, you have to sign in over here, like it's easy signing to any website like a Gmail. So I have already created my accounts, that's why. So after that visiting, you have to simply click on channels. on that channel you have to click my channels button. So I have already created 3 projects, so I'll create one new project for a demonstration purpose. So I'll have to click new channel button. So I'll give a project name. This is my project name. I'll add simply the data name of the project, and I'll add a description. Any description you can give. Done. You don't have to change anything over here. Simply click on save channel button. Now you will be able to see this platform. You can see channel ID has been provided, which is unique, and in API keys those you are going to use for your project has been provided. Okay, simply with the few clicks your server has been ready, so you can move our next step. We have seen the circuit diagram, we have created a server. Now we will see how to create a mobile application. Okay, in mobile application we are not going to use any major Android Studio and iOS development tools, because it will take a lot of time to create a basic application. So instead of that, this MIT App Inventor website will provide you to develop an Android application with lots of feature with a few clicks only, without writing any a single line of code, with this kind of blocks. So once you visit that App Inventor, MIT App Inventor, even if you click on that on Chrome, any browser search engine, you search for MIT App Inventor, you will be able to see this page. So visit that and click on create app button. Once you click on that, I'll have to log in it. I'll use my this login credential. So I have created lots of project. The previous recent project has been visible here. So you have to select for new project. So click on this project tab. You click on start new project. From here, give any project name. So I'll give electronics IoT. This will become my application name. Now you will see that a blank space over here. You can add any components. There are lots of components over here, so you can use any component, sensor and application. So you don't have to write a code for that. So right now what we require here is buttons that we are going to use for turning on that LED bulb and turn off that LED bulb. So right now I have these 2 buttons on my screen. I'll show you in the proper manner. Okay, these 2 buttons are here. If I click on that button, if I want to change the name of that button, I'll click on it and I'll change the text to on, and for that second button I'll change the text as a off. You can add any text on your button as per your convenience. So you can add a multiple layout, you can add a multiple button. Suppose this these 2 buttons you want to add for your bulb, and then next 2 buttons you want to add it for your fan, suppose, and next 2 button you want to add it for television and other that appliances. So right now I'm going to show on a LED, that's right. Okay, right now I have created 2 buttons over here simply. Now what other thing is required in our Android application is internet permission, because once I click on that button, so something that we need to connect with our cloud. So for that connection we require internet connection and web permission. So you have to select this connectivity tab over here. Okay, click on web, drag it over here. That component get automatically added. In Android Studio you'll have to add the code line, that permission, application permission, internet and all this thing. So I think your UI and application has been ready. Now we will write a code. It's not a code, we will add a logic block over here. We don't have to write any code for that. So I'll simply click on that block button, which is on the right top corner. Now you will see that blank space. You can, in a viewer, you can add it logic over here. So For that, our first logic is that turning on that LED. So I'll click on button 1. So here you will see lots of options. So what I'll require, if I click on that button 1, something will get happen. So something means what? We want to hit a URL that has been provided by ThinkSpeak Cloud. So for that I'll require a web permission. In that web I'm hitting URL, so simply click on web button. In that web, what you are going to add is URL. So you have to set a URL. This component you have to select and add it over here. Now in a web application, in a website, there are two methods majorly used, get and post. That is in depth you will be able to learn once you start your engineering. So basically this get method has been provided by that ThinkSpeak Cloud. So that's why I'll require get method that will be using in our Android application. So what we'll have to do, simply again click on web. You have to set a get request permission. So you will be able to see this component over here. You can select, you can paste it over here. Okay. Now the logic is that if you click on that, something URL need to hit using get method. Where is that URL? We'll have to pass that URL. So for that, click on this text component over here. You will able to see lots of text options. So we'll have to paste our own URLs, normal string. So that's why I'm going to select this. I'll put it over here. What do you do? Open your cloud, thinkspeak.com. Copy this, write a channel link, okay, from that HTTPS. Not don't copy this get text, okay. From this HTTPS till end, you come over here, paste it over here. Now it's over here, you can see is equal to 0. 0 means, but what I want, if I click on button, the cloud will send me signal 1. So according to that I'll glow that LED bulb, and if I press off, then signal need to pass a 0, then automatically LED will get off. Now our logic for that button is completely ready without writing any single line of code. So what I'll do, I'll have to write a code and do for a button 2 as well. We don't have to do similar steps again and again. Simply click on that and right click over here, click on duplicate option. Okay, now click on this button 1 as a button 2, that for off LED button, and need to pass a signal 0. Okay, now our application is ready. No need to write any code. Within a 5 minutes we can create an application in these days. We don't have to write a large amount of code if your application is basic, using this kind of frameworks. So right now how to install that application in our system. So for that you have to click over here in the build option, which is on the top. You can click over here is a provide QR code for .apk. So what I'll do, I'll click on that. It will take some time. So meanwhile what the step is remaining is that write a code for IoT. Means that we need to write some code to dump it in our circuit board. For that we'll require, as ma'am told, Arduino IDE, which is freely available on internet. You can check by simply clicking Arduino IDE. So you can download it according to your operating system. Once you download it, it will look like this. It will create a blank hello or something, a project. The UI of that IDE is like this. So this is our code that we are going to dump in our Arduino circuit. Okay, so before that you will have to first time, because as we know that there are lots of these kind of circuits. This Node MCU, which has inbuilt Wi-Fi and it's very cheap according to other boards. It will cost you around 250-200. So that's why I'm going to use that. There are lots of different boards. So for that you require a set up that board in this IDE. So for that you will have to add a permission and libraries for that board, and you'll have to select that board like this. So I have already set. I'll provide this PPT with you, and you can check it on internet. It's very easy how to set that board. Here we are going to use ESP8266, so that's why I have already added that board, and using that Node MCU 1.0. And again, ThinkSpeak libraries we are going to use to communicate with that ThinkSpeak library. You don't have to install anything, simply by clicking on that sketch and include manage libraries. If you click on that, suppose it will get load, it will take time. For suppose thing, even if I type that any libraries, if you want, you can type over here. You can search is like thing, we'll search for that. Okay, I have already installed, so you have to install, and once you install those in the first place, you have to restart. I'll provide this code with you. What you have to do over here is that only need to change these 3 lines in your code. What is this? This is a channel that we are going to connect, and which has been provided by this ThinkSpeak cloud. I'll copy this channel, I'll paste it over here, and this a variable that I have set for our API keys that has been unique for that specific project. So I'll copy this key, read API keys. Remember, don't use write, read API key. I'll paste it over here. Okay, simply click on save. And as I have told you that we can use with any pin. So according to Arduino, it's GPIO 13 pins. So in our Node MCU, it's on a D7. So I have selected that D7 pin. I have connected that one LED end for that. So I am using 3rd pin as output. Serial begin with that 9600 signal for the Wi-Fi. Here I am connecting my Wi-Fi. This is my Wi-Fi username. You have to set your Wi-Fi username over here and the password of your Wi-Fi over here. Okay, this is my Wi-Fi username. This is my Wi-Fi password. Now what I have done, I have simply selected that the channel ID, I have selected that API keys over here, I have changed the Wi-Fi. Then how this program will get executed, it will connect with the Wi-Fi first, whether it is getting connected or not. If it is not getting connected, then what is the use of that Android application to get connected? Okay, we'll check. Once it get connected, then this library will get begin, and it will send that 0 and 1 signal according to that. Okay, this code has been ready over here in the loop manner. So if you write a code, you have to connect your circuit with your system. I'll show that. Okay, let me set that first. 1 minute. It's a video capture. So you can see clearly this is my circuit on channel. So this circuit I have connected, and that D7 pin is actually very small, so you will get to know. In D7 I have connected one point of LED and another for a GND. So I'll try to glow that LED using application. So wait, we'll check whether our application has been ready. Right now I have write a code. I have connected this circuit to my PC. I'll click on that upload button, which is located in the left top corner. So if I click on that, what will happen? This code will get load in that. Be specific in this my circuit. We'll wait for that. It's getting load. Okay, you can see over here you can see all those compilation and code has been successfully done. Once you see this command hard resetting via RTS pin, means your code has been dumped in your circuit properly and it's getting restarted. Now you can see my LED. I'll increase the camera size so you can see properly. So you can see my LEDs by default is getting low. You can check it on our Arduino place as well. Okay, I'll simply check how to check a signal and output. Clicking on that left top corner, you will see right now the signals by default is -1. Okay, we will check our application is completed, it's there or not. Okay, have to select in the build option. We'll wait for it's creating an application. We will see for that. Right now I'll it will take some time according to your internet speed. Okay, meanwhile we'll check for that. It's already uploaded. It's getting load. Compiling part 2 phase, please wait. Okay, now my application is ready. You can see the QR code and you can use this link. If you type this link in your Chrome, then also you can able to download that. I'll share my mobile screen so you can check it properly how we can download. Now I'm going to share my mobile screen with you. Okay, you can see my mobile screen right now. Now what I'll do, I'll open my QR code scanner. I'll simply scan that QR code. Okay. Once you scan that, you will able to see this link. You don't have to write that, type that link in your mobile. So once you click on that, you can check it will get downloaded in your mobile. Okay, let me scan it again. Okay, I'll click on that open button. It's not getting downloaded using that QR code. I'll type that link in my mobile. So http://ai2 dot app inventor dot mit. You can check with same link. You can able to download this application in your mobile as well. edu b d9m. You can check it's getting download. That is electronic IoT that I has created. Now you can install that application in your mobile. Once you install, you just need to open that application. So you can see we have created this on and off button. I'll show you right now my camera as well. You don't have to connect this circuit continuously to your PC. Okay, it has a already inbuilt Wi-Fi included that, so you just have to supply a power supply over here. So what I'll show in my camera, you can see the LED is getting glow, and if I click off button, so the LED will turn off because it will pass the zero signal via that cloud. So you can check it even if you are in a remote location, you can turn on and turn off like this. Very interesting. Hardly we require 15 minutes to make our home as a smart home. Even again you can check if I click on button, so my LED is getting glow. Isn't it? It's very interesting actually, and it's very useful as well. So this is the session to how to create an application using MIT App Inventor and get connected with your home appliances. Thank you very much. Over to Manjusha ma'am. She will conclude it.
Thank you so much, sir. Well, students, if anything that is making the world go round with the newer invention, then we believe that youngsters are the one who are taking the lead everywhere. We always offer the students good opportunity to learn about and explore the possible future for themselves. So here is an important announcement, students. We are very happy and we are proud to introduce a scholarship application program for year 2020-21. This scholarship program will help you to provide a financial assistance and who will wish to pursue their career in the field of engineering at KCCEMSR. So we will share you the registration link. Omkar sir, I request you please share the registration link as well as the guideline for the same. We will share you the guideline after the registration process. So for the KC scholarship program, but before that, first understand what is the KC scholarship program is exactly. So objective of this program, the objective of this scholarship scheme is to provide the financial assistance to the talented and the deserving students to meet the expense of the concerned technical degrees. This scholarship will be awarded to the students only after the scholarship test, which will be conducted by the institute after the result of the test and as well as it based on the CET scores. So for the more detail, you can contact us. The number is on my screen, as well as you can visit our website kccemsr.edu.in. Address is there on the screen. So if you have any query, you can visit to our website or you can contact us directly. As to conclude our today's session, we have learned IoT, we have learned the Python with the project demo, as well as the mobile application development, as well as the social engineering attack. So tomorrow's session, don't forget to log in to the tomorrow's live session, which is at 11 a.m. morning, and we will be starting the sessions with the artificial intelligence, robotics, and the chat box application. So let's learn and explore the new technology with our eminent speakers. We promise that we will provide an engaging experience to all of you. So on behalf of KC College of Engineering, Management Studies and Research, once again, thank you to all the attendees, to all the students, speakers, and contributors. Thank you so much. Stay blessed and see you tomorrow.